Hello, 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 everybody. It's so great to see you all up here. So I'm very excited to share a good news with you guys. And this is the good news. As you all know, we're going to have 3 weeks challenge to be here in the moment. And you know what the gift is? You guys have to send us weekly report on how you're doing, and from the morning that you wake up till the time you're going to bed, how many times you are aware that you're fully present in this moment. Okay, you also have to give us report. Doesn't have to be daily, but it could be twice a week or 3 times a week, and tell us what tools are you using. The tools that I'm sharing with you guys in this 3 weeks channel, is it helping you out? What other tools you're using that is helpful to you guys? And also tell me what are the obstacles. Hello everybody, hello Ashley, hello, nice to have you guys down here. Now, you're gonna get a gift from me. Either you're gonna get 45 minutes free sessions with me, or you guys can get some money in dollars, right? So who's gonna win after 3 weeks? The ones who are giving us the most comments, and also the ones who is achieving their goals, that they're learning how to be in this moment. Okay, so I'm also gonna offer you guys another gift to further motivate you. And if you guys bring in 22 people into my challenge, you can get my book, Awakening Not Allowed, which is an amazing spiritual book and practices that was channeled through my guides. You will get that for free. And how did I come up with number 22? Because according to numerology, my master number, I am a master number 22. Funny enough, if you add up my name and last name, it will come up to 22. And also if you add the date, month, and year of my birthday, it will also come to 22. All right. So we're gonna start going live right now, and you can write me your comments. How are you guys doing? How is this practice, being fully present in this moment, is helping you out? And I'm gonna backtrack and tell you guys, we can cheat right now. And I'm going to go through this again and tell you guys what are the tools that you can use to be here in this moment. Okay, so let's backtrack. By now, can you guys tell me what are the 2 parts of you? Can you tell me the 2 parts? You know that, and you heard that over 1,000 times. The concept sounds easy, but it's actually been hard. I know that, honey. Could you please talk about loving yourself? Okay, Mary, if we have time, because we got to cover up too many subjects today. But yes, at the end of this lives, we will talk about self-love. Now, who can tell me what are the 2 parts of you, like you're born here as twin? Who can tell me? Whoever can tell me right now what is your 2 parts is also going to get as a gift my book, Awakening Not Allowed. Who can tell me? Come on guys, let's move it on. What are you have heard me over and over? mind and heart. Okay, fantastic. Now, I need to know mind is not solo, okay? These two are partner up. So there are two aspects of each side. Who can tell me the two parts? Soul and ego, again, this is one and one. I'm looking for two. I'm looking for right side, two parts are partnering up. Soul and ego is one and one again. And left side is two. Whoever, ego and soul, no, there are two parts, guys. There are two parts. I'm gonna give it out, okay? Dividing myself in two half. Right side, mind and ego are partnering up. Left side is heart and soul. Sahar, you're not going to get it because you already know that. All right. Okay, so stay with me, guys. Your right side is mind and ego. These two aspects are partner. The left side is heart and soul. Okay, so each side are two parts. There are two aspects of you. Now, you want to be mindful and you want to learn how to practice to be mindful in this moment. What does that require? It requires for you to know these two parts. Now, I'm going to make it really simple for you guys to identify which part of you is active. Okay? Putting it in the simplest way, this heart and soul doesn't have any question. That's all. All the questions, all your identities, like who you are, where are you born, are you a girl or are you a boy, are you a female, are you a male, are you smart, are you dumb, are you this, are you depressed, are you OCD, all of these aspects of you, which is building up your identity, it's coming from your mind and ego. Coming back to the other part, your heart and soul is just purely what? Light and love. Your heart, it's funny, sometimes when I hear, we get so accustomed to saying, oh, my heart is broken. Your heart doesn't break, guys. Your heart is 100 times more powerful than your brain. Let me put it this way. If your brain activities is vibrating at 1,000 beats, your heart vibration and energy is building to 1,000,000. So it's 100,000 mind and ego versus 1,000,000 beats vibration, heart and soul. Okay? So that's a misconception that you're heartbroken. That means literally a mind and ego that is extremely active. Okay, so let's clear this right off the bat. Now, so heart and soul is the whole knowing. Okay? You know. So basically, when I tell you guys, my teaching, my awakening did not happen from outside or other sources. It happened inside and within me, without any teachers, without any gurus, without any reading books. Actually, I can't even call one spiritual book that I have written in my entire life, right? So when I tell you guys that I channel my book, Awakening Not Allowed, that means my mind was so quiet and so still that I could hear my soul, my higher self is writing. I wasn't thinking. I was into a state of trance, we could say, that I wasn't thinking, what am I going to say in this paragraph? What am I going to say next? No, the mind, it was, I can kind of tell you guys, is in a state that your mind is absence, okay? And then you switch to your soul. In this moment, guys, it's so easy because you can just sit back and relax, and a part and another energy is just doing the work for you. So a lot of time I would just turn on the recorder and I would just go into that state of silence, and the words would just come in continuously. And at that time, I wasn't even thinking, what is my soul is saying? So it's basically, that's a state of deep trance that when I would come out and I would play the tape recorder, it was like somebody else has done the job. Okay, so that's your soul. Your soul is the whole knowing. Your soul knows the plan. Your soul knows your path. Your soul knows why you're here. Therefore, there is no question. Also, your soul doesn't come from any judgment. That's the lens from your mind. Your mind is judgmental. Your mind and ego is constantly judging things. Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? Right? But that doesn't come from the soul, because the soul already knows. The soul is agreeing to the soul contract, right? So this is like, let me give you an example so it would really sit in with you guys. Imagine that you're going to write a contract. Let's say that, for instance, you're building a house, right? You're sitting with the contractor and you're saying, this is how I want the house to be built, and this is how much I am paying, and this is the length of time that I want you to finish this project. And you write a contract, okay? So who has written the contract? Me, the soul. Therefore, during the whole time that these contractors are working on building this house, I don't come up every day and say, oh, no, that's not good. That's not good. That's not according to the contract, right? Because you agreed to the contract that you choose yourself in the first place. You were in power because you have a choice to choose this lifetime. Okay? Therefore, the soul doesn't question it later on. The soul doesn't come because it's coming from a judgment lens, the soul doesn't come and say, oh, that's not good. What if I change this? The confusion is not in the soul and heart. The confusion is always in the mind and ego. Okay? So is this simple enough for you guys? What are you saying, Mariam? My soul is free. Exactly, love. Yes, Mariam. Your soul is not into this matrix of, in this matrix I'm looking, and there's a concept of time and space. That's very accurate. Your soul is not coming and say, because there is no concept of time, your soul is not coming and nagging to the contractor, oh, you told me that you're going to finish up this house in a year. Now it's taking 2 years. Why is it taking so long? Right? Because in reality, you guys know, there is no concept of time and space. The soul can fly everywhere, anytime, anywhere. Exactly, yes. The soul is a translucent energy. So if your soul is a free vibration, is transparent, is translucent, it's just everywhere. And that's another wrong concept that sometimes we're saying, my soul is within me. Like we're underestimating a soul, that the soul, it's something that is so small that is just going to fit into this physical body. And then the ego mind is tricking us. It's like, oh, my soul needs to fly. Or your soul is not locked down somewhere that it needs to be freed up. Your soul is free. It's a free vibration. It's transparent. It's constantly moving, right? Okay, so now, coming back, if you guys really get this, if you really digest this, leave the heart and soul alone for now, because that's not our issue. The opponent that's taking you away from this present moment constantly is the mind ego. Right? Okay. So we are only facing one, or if we call it two, opponent, is the mind and ego. Right? Okay. So when I'm looking at myself right now and I ask the question, who am I? The part of me who is responding back is my ego. My ego will tell you, my name is Sudi. I was born in Iran, and this was my father, and my father has this character, and this was my mother, and then this was my story, and then I would go on and on. I was a tomboy, and I loved volleyball. I had the volleyball team. I was in Playmate. Oh, I loved to be acting and being an entertainer. So everything that I would give you, explaining myself, is my ego, right? And then it is this ego who's constantly taking me to the past. Is the ego that's holding on really hard to the identity. I'm Sudi. I'm a coach. I am this and that. right? Okay. So if I want to be really present in this moment, it takes some time for me to start chipping out. You know, like I always think about an onion. An onion has so many layers. So we have to start to peel off layer by layer by layer. Knowing that the ego does not like to let go. The ego only likes to add, right? So when you awaken souls know all aspects of your ego, you are aware that the ego never likes to let go, never wants to lose something, right? Just right now, I just literally finished a private coaching with someone, and we were talking about this. I said the psychiatrist just gave her a lot of lovely identities. In a way, I could say that somehow it seems like the psychiatrist is doing a session or meeting with your ego. What if you're like what I did? I said to her, you're not bipolar, you don't have phobia, who gave you these things? When I connect with someone's soul, right? In the soul, there's no label. I am OCD, I'm bipolar, I have major phobias. This is not in the soul. So what I did during these sessions, I introduced her two parts, the mind and ego and the heart and soul. I said, you need to decide. Your ego mind has given you all these labels. Is it true? If you ask your ego mind, absolutely this is true. If you come from the other side, from your heart and soul, which is pure love and light, pure. What does pure means? That means it's pure, nothing. Purity is like running water, right? In that purity, you don't have, no label would stick to you. I said, let's first decide which part we're going to come up from. If you're coming from your ego mind, yes, you are all that. And then you go to psychiatrist, and then you're in 5 different medication. And the funny part was, stay with me, when I asked her, what do you think we could do with these medications? Do you think we can lower them down a little bit? Check that in with your ego. Do you know what she responded back? She said, my ego is saying that if you lower your medication, you won't be safe. Safety, first chakra. You won't be safe. See how your mind ego is playing with you all day long? It connected the medication to your first chakra, root chakra, safety and security. And then during the session, we switched these two places. And then at the end of the session, it became really funny. When I took her through this process, I said, I want you to feel anxiety. I want you to feel anxiety attack. And she was laughing. She said, I can. I said, I want you to force yourself to feel that anxiety attack. She says, I can. She was laughing. I said, get help from your ego. Ask your ego, tell your ego that I really, really, really need your help. Make me feel anxiety. And she laughed. She said, I can't. I said, do you see how funny this is? When the ego mind is taking over, you just get lost. You go through all these emotions, all these hurts and wounds and the story and the past. You don't understand, guys. I can't put enough emphasis on how important it is. I mean, how much smarter you have to be aware of this sneaky, cute, little ego mind. It's so clever. So you have to tap that up. You gotta be a level sharper, smarter, more intelligent to be able to watch this creature constantly. Not with anger, not with getting upset, not with losing your temper. You have to come up. This is a part of being smart and intelligent. You have to come from a part that has fully understanding and compassion for this creature. You have to come from a place of non-judgment. So in a way, I can say, you have to come from your heart and soul to deal with this little child. Otherwise, this fight will go on and on and on and on. Because when I come from my heart and soul, it's not much in there. Only love and understanding. Yes, hon? Okay, so the mind and soul has so many components. It's so many aspects in there. That's why it's so much confusion. It's so complicated, right? But when I come from my heart and soul, it's not too much in there. Love and light. Is that complicated? How complicated is that? There is only one lens. Love and light. Kindness, compassion. That's everything that's coming through that lens, right? So, if you want to be fully present in this moment, first of all, you need to be asking yourself, who is the one who wants to be in this moment? Who is the one? Who is the one who has this urge, this desire to be here in this moment? Is it your mind and ego, or is it your heart and soul? Let me see. What do you guys think? Write a comment. Who or which part of you has the desire to be here fully? The soul? Ego? Vanessa? Soul. Vanessa is correct. Mind and ego. Yes, love. Mind and ego. Because remember, listen to me now, guys. Listen to me. No, honey, it's not the soul. And let me explain that. Let's come to some clarity. Who creates the desire? Who has the desire? Ego, mind. The soul already is fully present in this moment. If I am something, I don't desire it, right? Stay with me, stay with me. When do I have a desire? When I'm separated from that thing, then I desire it, right? When I'm full, when I have just eaten the most delicious food and that satisfies me and that makes me full, am I desiring food? No. The soul is fully present in every moment, so that won't be a desire from the soul, because the soul already is. This is the aspect of soul, right? Why did I say this? Because you guys come to your awareness how clever your ego is. Your ego creates a desire constantly, right? And you think to yourself, well, this is a very good thing. I want to be fully present in this moment. But that's also the ego. Meaning, the ego is so clever that is separating you from being fully present in this moment. And the ego is making this a desire. Don't get tricked. Don't get fooled by the mind and ego. So, you probably have heard me before when I say you don't have to seek anything. And I told you guys, I said, years ago, I used to be a seeker. I was looking for the truth. What is the truth? I was a seeker. So, as long as I'm becoming a seeker, that energy of being a seeker will continue, and I would always be a seeker. But when it clicks, that as long as I'm searching and urging for something, I am seeing myself separate from it. Then I stop becoming a seeker. And I said to myself, I don't need to seek. I know. Okay? So maybe you guys want to use this as a mantra. Whenever a question by your mind and ego arises, which is going to be happening constantly, be aware. Ask the question, who is the one who's asking the question? Yes, I know. Great. And then you say to the little girl or boy, your ego, I know. Sudi John, when I want to listen to you carefully, see, you get sleepy. Okay. Yes. Two things. When you guys really try to focus and listen to what I am saying and you get drowsy and sleepy, we have two different scenarios. One is because I'm vibrating on a higher vibration. If you are on a lower frequency and vibration, I am raising your vibration. Your vibration needs to be raised up. Now, since your body, your physical body, it's so acquainted, familiar with this lower vibration, and then I'm trying to bring you up, there is a frequency difference that your physical body has to adopt and get used to. And that could get you drowsy or take you into a state of trance. The other thing is, a lot of time people are, I keep hearing this, that when they listen to me, they can never finish a video or audio and they go to sleep. And that's because, as you guys know about energy, the energy never dies. The energy can transform, but doesn't die, right? So there's an energy and frequency into everything, including my voice. So my voice, as I have heard it from other healers, is hypnotic, meaning it relaxes your body enough to lower your brain functions. It slows it down. And that's the process where you become tired and you fall asleep, and that's when the healing happens. Okay? So when I'm working on someone, when I'm doing energy healing, the majority of time people are going into a state of trance. And that's because, like we do in hypnosis, we want to slow down your brain wave enough that you go into a deeper trance which we can call theta state. Theta is a deep, deep state that you're still awake, you still can hear and see what's going on, but you're in a deeper state that you don't want to get up and jump and do things and be active, right? So it's in theta state that you might even heard like theta healing. They make up a lot of stuff, and that's another thing. Some energy healers, they say, I do theta healing, right? So it's taking you, it's basically getting your brain waves to slow down, and you become more quieter. And then we do a suggestion. Challange, yes. In hypnosis, we call it suggestion, meaning someone get a session with me and they say, I want to quit my addiction, right? So in order for us or anyone who does hypnosis or in that source, a healer, in order for us to get you to that stage, we have to pass through the conscious mind, and then between your conscious mind and subconscious mind, there is a gatekeeper. And then we accessing the subconscious mind, we move the gatekeeper, because the gatekeeper in between will decide what information is useful and should get to the subconscious mind, and what information does not, right? That's why sometimes I say, saying 100 times, repeating a mantra, I'm smart, I'm smart, I'm smart, I'm smart. Okay, it's giving a tool or activities for your brain to shut up for that moment and listen to I'm smart, I'm smart, I'm smart, but it won't be as effective if the gatekeeper doesn't allow this transition to move and get to the subconscious mind. Right? So, to answer your question, honey, you can look at it two ways. You can look at it because I'm raising your vibration, your physical body has to get to that. And I tell you guys a personal story. That was my experience when I started to do healing. Every afternoon at 2 p.m., why? I was quite awake, full of energy, responding to my emails. And then in a matter of few seconds, oh, I'm tired, oh, I would go. So it's, we can call that self-hypnosis, or the universe, if we can call it the universe, or higher ascendant masters, they would keep telling me, hey, you gotta stop working. We have some work to do here. And I wasn't listening, right? So because I wasn't listening and I was working, because I was so accustomed to my old programming, being a workaholic. So I would get the hunch that you need to put your work aside. We need some work to do here, but I wouldn't listen. So they would just automatically do it, take me into hypnosis, and then I would accessing a higher vibration, because the information that I was downloading, it wasn't accessible here. And if they wanted to give me this information at this level, my mind and ego wanted to listen to that, and then it would go through the process of the mind and ego, and then a lot of them would be wiped out. Because then my mind and ego will decide, oh, is this going with our agenda? What is the ego-mind agenda? To think that I don't know myself. I need to be active. I need to be Googling. I need to be reading. I need to be doing this. I need to take this course. This is the agenda of the mind and ego, right? The machine, the brain, that's what it does. It's constantly creating thoughts. It's constantly saying, oh, we got to learn and better ourselves because we are not already, right? So since if I was quite aware, I was functioning from mind and ego. And since it was coming from mind and ego, I wouldn't get the higher realm information. So the universe would do it for me. Hello, lovey. The universe will... What? Check my volume. What's wrong with my volume? Is it okay now? Did the volume change while I was talking? Can you hear me well, guys? Can you hear me well? Write a comment. Sahar, can you hear me well? No? It's fine? It's okay? It's okay for us? Okay. So don't worry, guys, because this live will be uploaded on YouTube right away, and you guys should be... I was talking to another person. Why would you be talking to another person while you're here in my live and you're supposed to be fully present in this moment? See, guys? Let's get this person who was talking to someone else out of my life. You can't be here if you're not fully present. Yeah. Okay. So, basically, because I wasn't listening, the universe will automatically do it for me, take me into a state of trance or theta or whatever, and then, without the mind and ego to choose and translate, without anything to get diluted in this process, I would be able to get the download. You know how it is, guys? It's like, sometimes I say, when you take a supplement, right? Because I had, when the CBD oil just came out, I was the first, I'm always into the new things and that stuff. And I did many talks and lectures and shows on CBD oil and the benefits and blah, blah, blah. But I also I was talking about this in one of my lectures. I said, when you take something is edible. When you eat it, whatever supplement, pills, or whatever you're eating, it has to go through the process. It has to get processed through liver. By the time you take a supplement and it goes through your, through the filtration and process of your liver, and then it goes into your intestine, and then your this and that and that and that, you have lost some of that vitamins or minerals or whatever. But that's why I have some we can call it like disposable CBDs for people who had cancer and that stuff, that the CBD, it's like oil-based stuff that you insert it from your buttock up. Why? Because I didn't want to lose some of the CBD, and of course this is not our topic today, but you know that CBD has two components, CBD and THC, and the THC is the part that gets you high. But for people with cancer, it's necessary to have the THC. But anyway, you insert it, and that's much more effective. Why? Because it's not going through the liver. You're inserting it through your buttocks, so it just gets absorbed to your guts. It's the same thing, right? For instance, you can do enemas. You can, in your enemas, you can add probiotics. You can add magnesium. You can add anything, and you can do an enema, and that just gets into your system from your small and big intestine, and just hits the gut, and then gets into the liver. So you're not losing basically a part of it, right? And why am I bringing this up? Coming back to our subject, when I'm trying to get or absorb or digest information through my right side, ego mind, I would lose some of that information, right? But when I'm going into a state of trance and I'm connecting, like I said, like my book, Awakening Not Allowed. The soul is writing it. I'm not doing anything. So it's just a download is being written. Download is being written. Okay? Is it more effective because it's near root chakra? That's a good question, love. No, this has nothing to do with that. This is solely talking about physics. We're talking about the physical body. Yes. All right, guys. So I'm going to end this live. Thank you for being here with me. I would recommend, guys, Sahar would upload this on YouTube. I would recommend that you guys listen to this a few times. Better yet, listen to it when you're napping. If you guys take a nap in the afternoon, or if you're before you sleep, because like I said, it would get you sleepier, but also it gets you to a deeper state where the mind and egos are quieting down, like they're taking a break. So the information will be absorbed much easier. Okay? So 3 weeks challenge, guys. I want you to give us, if not daily reports, at least 2 or 3 times a week. Write down here, how are you doing? How often are you catching yourself that you're lost and gone with mind and ego? And how many times you guys catch yourself that you're fully present? All right? I also want you guys to keep track. It would be great if you guys will start writing down every day. You're welcome, honey. It would be great if you guys can start writing. It was funny because, was it yesterday? Yeah, I was doing a session with someone and I told her, I said, I would like you to start writing a diary. And then she said, funny enough that you're saying this, and I've been thinking about this. I keep hearing this for a long time. And because I'm teaching her to become a healer, let me take that back. Not that she is not a healer, because we are all healers, but I'm giving her tools about how to get out of the mind soul and switch to her soul. So I said to her, I said, I would think that would be in a few years' time, this would become or could become a book. And I said to her, I said, I wish that I would have done this when I went through my healing process. Although I never think that anything about me is interesting, but you have to remember that for other people is, right? So it would have been great and maybe a lot of help if I would have documented every day what I was going through, what was the process. And when you would read it, it might have been helping you guys more. Because right now I have some things, but it's vaguely the whole story. So I want you guys to start writing down. How are you going through this challenge? How is the process? How many times? And at the end of the day, I would like you guys to give yourself something to praise yourself. A gift. It could be a pampering. Maybe today you buy yourself that thing that you always wanted to have, right? And every single day, pat yourself on the shoulder. Tell yourself that you're doing great. You're doing amazing. You have come a long way. So in this process, we all want to celebrate every little achievement. Oh my God, today is my first day and I caught myself 5 times that I was gone and I brought myself back into the present. The next day, oh my gosh, I caught myself 10 times today. And then, because what a part of our identity is that since we are becoming like a robot, we're doing things over and over every day, and it becomes a habit. The habits confirm our identity even more, right? So I had a session a few days ago with someone with major anxiety and anxiety attacks. And I told her, I said, every single day when you wake up, your physique itself has lived and done the same thing. Oh, I'm anxious. I'm going through anxiety. Oh, higher heartbeat. I said, you have practiced that so much that you don't need your brain anymore. Your physique is already taking you through that space, that state, okay? So by knowing that, we have to break down these characters, the habits, and then the identity, and we have to give it a different character and a different identity, but that needs to be, the new one needs to be practiced daily. Okay? Love you all. See you soon. I think, guys, on Wednesday, I'm going live with Dr. Nadine, but it's going to be posted here. Love and peace. Have fun, guys. Play.